Hi, my name is Olla Al-Shalchi. I'm one of the Arabic professors here at the University of Texas. I'm also the Arabic program coordinator, and this is Arabic Office Hours. So yes, that is true. We don't have any uppercase or lowercase letters. I really don't have a reason as to why. I don't know why that is the way it is. Something that is unique with Arabic is that each letter has basically 4 different forms. You have an independent form, how the letter is written on its own, and then depending on where the letter occurs in the word, it will have a slightly different shape. So you have one way to write the letter in the beginning of a word, another way to write it when it occurs in the middle of a word, and then another way to write it when it occurs at the end of the word. Letters do have to be connected in Arabic to form a word. So you do have to know all of the different forms of the letter. If you just have a whole string of letters one after the other, it's just letters. It doesn't actually form a word. Arabic is a Semitic language. There were other Semitic languages written prior to Arabic, such as Hebrew and Aramaic, and those languages are written from right to left. So when Arabic was being written, they just followed the same rules as other Semitic languages and wrote from right to left. Yeah, so sun letters and moon letters. Altogether, we have 28 letters in our alphabet. 14 of them are sun letters, 14 of them are moon letters. What does that mean? So we take any noun, really, such as kitab, and that noun on its own means a book. If you wanted to make that noun definite, you would add an L to the beginning of it. And so instead of now kitab, a book, you have el kitab, which becomes the book. With moon letters, I think those are the easier ones. You hear the lam sound, that L sound, el kitab. With sun letters, there is assimilation and you do not hear that L lam sound. For example, the word sun, shams, if we put an L in front of it, it becomes esh-shams, and there's no L in that word at all. You still write it, it's just not pronounced. Yeah, so is it possible to have bad handwriting? Absolutely. I think in any language you can probably have bad handwriting. With our Arabic script, we have a lot of our letters that have dots written either right above the letter, below the letter, sometimes 1 dot, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. Sometimes, people become a little bit sloppy with where those dots are placed and they might not be written directly above or below, and they might kind of like go off a little bit to the side. Also, like with spacing of letters, because letters do need to be connected to form a word. Sometimes letters are smushed together. Sometimes there's a lot of spacing. So bad handwriting does exist, but I do agree that the script is beautiful. And I think that's one of the reasons why Arabic calligraphy is such an important part of Arab culture. It really becomes like art. There are professional calligraphers who take the script itself and make it into these beautiful art pieces. Sometimes it is just a quote, sometimes it's taken, religious text, sometimes it's just written out, just like in a linear form. Oftentimes calligraphers are able to make certain pictures out of words. So you look at the picture and what you see is like an image of maybe somebody praying, but actually it's all done with words. And so script is really beautiful. The Arabic language originated in the Arabian Peninsula around the 8th century BC, and the Arabic language spread along the Silk Road amongst merchants and scholars. And Arabic also spread with the rise of Islam. As Islam spread, so did the Arabic language, since the Quran was revealed in that language, and then it just went from there. So there are hundreds, if not thousands, of Arabic dialects. Sometimes dialects are extremely similar. and sometimes they are extremely different. We can kind of categorize Arabic dialects though into like 4 main regions. There is the Levant, Egypt, North Africa, and then the Gulf Arabic. Each country will sort of have its own dialect, and within that country, each city also has its own dialect. So within one country, you have multiple dialects. The more geographically closer the two areas are, the similar the dialects will be, and the opposite is also true. So the further away you get, the further the dialects will also become. For example, Morocco, if you take somebody from Morocco, speaking to somebody from Iraq, those dialects, because they are so far away, the two countries, those dialects are going to be very different. However, if you take somebody who speaks Iraqi dialect with somebody who speaks Kuwaiti dialect, those two countries are neighbors and the two dialects are very similar. We get this question a lot, and actually it really goes back to your own personal reason for wanting to learn Arabic. If you have family that is originally from Syria, for example, and the whole reason for you wanting to learn Arabic is to be able to communicate with your family, then clearly the Syrian dialect is going to be the best one for you. However, some students really just want to learn Arabic and they're not exactly sure which dialect to go with. And I don't think that's a problem. Once you learn a dialect, and you should learn a dialect, focus on one. Dialects do have a lot in common that it will then enable you to learn a second dialect much easier. And what I mean is that what they have in common is that a lot of the grammatical structures will be the same. So sentence structures are all the same across dialects. So once you learn how to form a sentence correctly in dialect, you don't have to relearn that skill, and it's easy then to transfer from one dialect to another. We actually do have 3 vowels that are written, that are part of the Arabic alphabet, 3 long vowels. Those ones are always going to be written in our words. We also have 3 short vowels, and it's true, those are often omitted in writing. And the 3 short vowels are usually like small lines that are written either above or below the letter. When people are first learning the language, those are often not omitted, and they are written in textbooks for kids. If you're in the Middle East, the way that children learn, their texts are all voweled. And then as you slowly learn more and more Arabic, those vowels disappear more and more, and then you're left with an unvoweled text. It's just something that comes naturally, and that's just how the language works. We actually do have a lot of words in English that are borrowed from Arabic. Some of those words are algebra, cotton, alcohol, coffee, sherbet, captain, banana. So there really is a lot, but vice versa. There's also a lot of Arabic words that we use that come from the English language, such as telephone, radio, computer, right? So some of those things just have happened with, I believe, like globalization and, just being able to communicate in so many different languages. He is using this correctly, yeah. So inshallah, UT wins every football game, right? Inshallah literally means God willing. And so if God wills something to happen, it'll happen. If God does not will something to happen, it will not happen. So will we win the football game? Inshallah. Inshallah we will. A lot of people also use inshallah to kind of mean like hopefully. So yeah, it's being used correctly. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Again, this was Arabic Office Hours with Olla Al-Shalchi.